Hello. I saw someone was watching. I decided to come on early. Not because of you, but I really kind of do like you, whoever you are, I think. Although right now, I kind of have to feel a little bit untrusting of a lot of people right now. I figured out destiny swapping. I figured it out. I mean, I knew that it was happening to me, but I didn't like understand the process. And so that's what got me trafficked last year. So I help a lot of women that go through the same thing, like spiritual ascension. And one thing that happens when you get spiritually ascended is that you start scaring people. You scare people and they have to run away from you. If they don't, they they're not going to understand the chaos that comes into their life. It's coming into their life because their karma is racking up and they have to pay for that. Well, unfortunately, a lot of these people know some things and how to completely divulge enough information to you to make you feel like they're your friend or that you can trust them. Instead of them running, they run towards you and they stay for a little while. And in doing so, they hope to get you caught up or trapped in some sort of cyclical loop. And for me, all day yesterday, I kept trying to boot these new neighbors out of my energy. She showed up twice during my readings. I was reading for my clients, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm busy, I'm doing something. And not once, but twice, she interrupted as I'm fucking talking. It's obvious I'm working. So, anyway, I felt these two thinking of me all day long, trying to get them out of my energy. Ugh, this house is too fucking magical for this shit. I do not need to be dealing with this. This is ridiculous. So I dealt with trying to get them out of my energy. And I felt like they were obsessing about me all day long until I had this overwhelming urge. And this is where destiny swapping and this is where sex magic comes in. I had this overwhelming urge to masturbate. And I just think of myself when I do that or my twin flame. But for me, I started thinking of these two. And that right there, that is a sign. That is sex magic 100%. This is what low vibrational practitioners do. They try to get your energy into their situation so that you can pay off their karmic debt with your energy. You link with them using sexual energy, in this case, masturbation. So I had that overwhelming urge to do it. And it was so overwhelming. It was like I had autopilot. And that's when I was like, oh God, like consciously, I know that that's not good. But when in the moment, it felt like you have to. It felt like it's good, it's pleasurable, it's fun, it's spicy, it's all this, right? That is totally sex magic. It is a real thing. Gross. Exactly. So then after that happened, I had dreams of them. I had dreams that I normally never have, very chaotic dreams. Running from things, late to work, no money, no car problems. I was literally being told by my boss, I was like a waitress, and I was being told by my boss, like, yeah, you were like hours late and you still have to show up again tomorrow and go get a ride and all this. It was like I was almost being siphoned my energy into their world so that I could be the light in their world. So I could like highlight how to get out of their karma. Like I can show them with my energy in the dream space how for them to get out of their karma for doing what they do, which is this. They do a lot of word witchery, a lot of gossip, a lot of talking about people. This is how they summon your energy. This is how they summon you into their world. And then they feel a very overwhelming, you feel a very overwhelming urge to give them your energy. So, what are you talking about? If you don't want to fucking listen, you can leave at any time, Christine. This isn't, it's not rocket science. I'm just talking about spiritual implications of people that can't keep my name out of their mouth. If you want to leave at any time, you certainly can. Same with you, Cushmax. You guys can fuck off anytime you want. So what happened in the dream space was I was being told all these things from all of the people that they're involved with. Like, you're late, you owe bills, the car's not working, I can't give you a ride, all this. And so it was as if, as a high priestess, I was being brought into their world to almost look at what their karma is and then help them get out of it in the dream, like almost on autopilot. When you're unconscious in the dream space, you're doing a whole lot of things for people that you might not understand that you're doing. And so I'm grateful I got to see what actually happens, because these cycles, they need to end. And they are ending. This is my energy, my destiny. So this is a common case of destiny swapping. That's what is attempted here. Now, the world's waking up, and these divine feminines are way too smart for this shit. Way too smart. You're so much more consciously aware. And it's not going to last for long. It's like these people are running scared. They have no energy from you. Their timelines are collapsing, which means they're going to be booted into their own reality that they created for themselves while you go get the reality you're creating for yourself. So it's like the foundation of myself, day in, day out, working so tirelessly on my own empire, on my own everything, body, mind, soul, and spirit. It's like the teeniest, tiniest bit of energy that I gave them will not even be missed. I won't even miss it. I won't even miss it. In fact, I paid for a lesson. I paid in my energy to receive a divine lesson. And that's how you have to see it. So when somebody tries to summon you, it takes 2 or more people to do that, right? They chant your name, they talk about you, gossip about you, fight about you, argue about you, or they have sex while they think of you. Sometimes that is a very, very cruel reality, but that does happen. You will feel this overwhelming urge to do things you normally wouldn't do. But you have to remember who you are. You have to remember that you came here for lessons. You came here to see this shit. So now that it's that glaringly obvious, you don't have to ever accept it again. It's just like, wow, okay, so that's what's been happening. Whoa. So the reason that my past life soulmate, that guy that lives here, the reason he and I could never make it was because there was always a third party that would do this, like copy my energy, like the way she came in. I was literally reading for clients when she came in, and she asked me about tarot, and she came through and she was like, so I threw some cards and I got the Magician when she was talking to me. And I'm like thinking to myself, bitch, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You better watch yourself, because the Magician that haunts me, he will chew you up and spit you out. I'm thinking, you might not want to ever say that name again. Like if tarot has not called to you, if the Holy Spirit has not called you to tarot, and this goes for all of you fakes out there, if the Magician himself, if that has not called to you, you might really want to put down the cards and go find Jesus, honey, because I'll tell you right now, a lot of these practitioners, they pick up a deck of cards thinking there's something special, and you really ain't shit. You really ain't shit. So a lot of these fake high priestesses are really more low priestesses, and they really ain't shit. And the karma that is coming down the pike for them is so horrendous that they really try it with the enlightened ones, the real high priestesses. They really try to get in your energy and try to fucking distort shit. And it's not even possible anymore. You guys are too high vibrational. It's not even possible. So she came to me and she's like, yeah, I threw some cards and I got the Magician. And it was like there was this implied undertone of like, oh, the reason that you and my man could never get together was because of the Magician, the dark Magician. It was very much implied that she understands intuitively who that man is to me. He showed up here and I know exactly who he is. His past life soulmate, 100%. Doesn't matter. I'm not interested in him at all. Not in the slightest. But the fact that she definitely has gifts, although I'm really getting that those gifts are being stripped from her because there's too much chaos and she's causing way too much distortion. She's causing way too much imbalance in this reality. So the universe is about to chew people up and spit them out. Okay, it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. You don't have to do shit. They're coming through the Holy Spirit is coming through and rattling some cages, shaking some branches, because the people that are roosted up here at the top, at the treetop, do not deserve to be there. They're being kicked down, while the ones that do deserve to be there are very strong, and they will be able to withstand the shakeup. So let all this chaos kind of happen. Let it kind of do its thing. Free you, clear your name, your reputation. Let it justify itself. Let it give you that justification to remain in your own good grace. Like, the brighter the star, the more dark backdrop you're going to need. You know what I mean? You can't see a star when it's at night. I mean, when it's during the day, you have to see it at nighttime. So it's going to be very obvious soon to a lot of people, the real ones from the fakes. So don't worry about that. Let the trash take itself out. Anybody that could already believe that you work for the devil, anybody who believes you're Satanist, anybody who believes that you're like some horrible taboo person, like, let them think that and let them take themselves right up out of your reality. Like, let them move to Idaho and sling pig poop for a living. I don't give a shit what they do, but they will not be in your reality any longer. And I say this as a girl who manifested 2 neighbors moving just 2 nights ago. So it only took 6 hours. I literally visualized them leaving, boom, they left. So you are going to experience this heightened sense of euphoria after all of this is done. But right now, you have to learn the lesson, like what got you into that position in the first place. Then you have to learn your lesson about how strong you are versus how weak these coven leaders really are. They need so many people just to bring you down, and it's not even bringing you down. It takes entire groups of people, and it takes you one person to dismantle it all. So it's very unfair, if you ask me. It's so unfair that you can't see until you have to see. And the only way for you to see sometimes is to feel your way through it. So sometimes you have to go right into the dark. Sometimes you have to go right full on, 100% Leroy Jenkins this shit, right on into a situation like this, and then see clearly why that partnership never worked. For me anyway, that guy is a past life soulmate, returning all the time. He shows up all the time. Same soul, different avatar. Same shit, different day. Same karma, different bullshit man every single time. And I know him like the back of my hand. As soon as I see him, I know I've manifested him, and it's a routine thing. History is repeating itself, especially with magic. You guys are bringing in these past life karmic soulmates, and continually over and over and over and over until you learn the lesson. Why are you bringing them in? What keeps happening? Why do you keep giving your power away? How are you giving your power away, right? And so for me, it was masturbation last night. I realized, like, oh my God, they talk about me, they're sending energy, they really are trying to harvest my energy, and they're doing so through sex magic. And for my ex, cutting a lot of cords doesn't seem to be working. Although it is working, it's just like, you have to see this one last thing with destiny swapping. To get into twin flame union, to really get into real twin flame union with your real divine counterpart, you have to see the fakes and the frauds for who they are. So when you feel like somebody is talking about you all day, or they're thinking about you all day, or they're, you can feel it psychically. You know that it's happening. You know that you're not thinking of them. You know that, like, that person never even fucking crosses your mind but one time in a month. It's not that then. So you have to look at it like it really is energy manipulation. And when you can see clearly that they're trying to destiny swap by energy harvesting, they pull on your energy, they pull fragments of your soul into their timeline. This is how I'm seeing it so far, and I'm trying to learn the best I can, because I'm going to teach about destiny swapping one day, so I have to learn about it. So I think what happens is they pull on part of your soul, they fragment parts of your soul to be in their timeline, in their reality. But once you call that power back, they can't have it. It's yours. Claim that shit back. You gave it to them in the fucking first place. Fucking call it back. That's the whole thing. What we're really trying to do on this planet is become so self-sovereign and so independent and so free within our own soul, on this physical plane of existence that we don't need anymore to call on archangels. We don't need anything. We just need ourselves. It's like a true spirit school. You're here for spiritual growth. You're here to learn lessons. And the best student or the best teacher is the best student. So if you're going to teach, you really have to still learn, and you have to study, and you have to know this shit. And I love learning about universal laws. I love learning the occult. I love learning the dark arts. I love learning about things that are hidden and kept away from us. And I love learning about God. I love learning about my divinity, my sovereignty. I love learning what my soul is. And so if my energy is this delicious that it gets pulled on like this, you have to really ask yourself, why have you been targeted your whole life? What destiny are you about to fulfill? What privilege are you about to have? It must be good. It must be something. It must be something nice. So anybody who's taking from you, realize they are not stealing shit. They're not stealing shit. You're handing it to them. There's the kicker. When you learn this, you learn that you created rock bottom, you created hell on earth, you can go create heaven on earth, but you have to know your divinity as God. You have to know who you truly are as the divine. And that means that no one steals from the divine. The divine gives people something. The divine gives to itself. So in me giving energy to those two, I was literally investing in my own spiritual lesson, especially in the night dreams that I had, that I was just like all over the place in the astral plane. I was just like here and there and here and talking to this person and her boss and dealing with that battery issue and then this and then the car broke down. It was fucking nuts. I was like, I don't even own a car. I know that. And so in the dream, I know that. But in this dream, that's how you know it's destiny swapping. It's like they really want a light being to pay off their karmic debt in the spirit realm first. As above, so below. If you do it up there, it'll happen down here eventually. Same with sex magic. If you give to them energetically in the 5D, the 4D, it will happen here in the 3D. So if I'm not careful, something will happen and I'll end up manifesting that guy to have intercourse with, and I don't want that. So you wake up, you cut cords, you say, no, thank you. I don't want that. That's not at all what it is. If you can tell psychically and spiritually in the spirit what someone is about, this can save your life. This will save your life. There's no other choice. You're going to save your own soul. You don't need someone to come save you. You save your own shit, okay? So when you feel people pulling on your energy, they're talking about you all day, conversing with you all day, and then you feel like that overwhelming urge to think about them or masturbate to them or something, that is literally sex magic. And you have to realize that it's sex magic. But just know that energy is energy and it cannot be destroyed. It can just be transferred. Call that shit back. Call it back. After you do it, call it back. They've been summoning you, not the other way around. So people are trying to pull on the light beings because the alternative is them running for the fucking hills because they're terrified of what comes next. They have so much karma. They've got divorce proceedings. They've got bankruptcy issues. They're losing their business, losing their jobs, they're losing their homes, they're losing their cars. They've got all this bullshit that's coming in from bad karma, from being not everybody that has those experiences are bad people. But right now you're seeing a lot of bad people that are going through those situations. So when they're trying to pull on your energy, realize that you are allowed to defend your energy. You're allowed to claim what's yours, and you're allowed to call that shit back. It is yours. Cut some cords and call it all back. Wrong. So wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong, so wrong. So call back your energy, cut the cords, and I'm telling you what, your life will change drastically. As above, so below. Whatever you free up there, whoever Christ frees up there will be free indeed down here. So go as your own soul, clear some fucking energy up there, cut the cords, tell people to fuck right off, and then enjoy your 3D. I love you guys. Bye.